Hi guys, so today is going to be sort of like a real world test type thing on the Motorola G9 Plus. It's not a review because I've already done a couple of review videos on this phone. So I'm just going out for a few hours and I'm going to just use it as my normal phone. My SIM card is in it, testing out the front facing video while I'm driving along. So yeah, I'm going to be out, take some videos, take some photos, as well as some of its competitors at the same sort of price point, and a flagship phone as well, and I'll put all them up on the screen so you can compare them and see what you think. So if you're interested in just seeing how this phone is day to day, then stick around and find out. So I've just come to an area just about 10 minutes from where I live. It's called Clifton Downs. It's just a wide open space of about 400 acres, and it's just a park sort of area where people come for picnics, people go running, and various leisure activities can happen. So just thought I'd come here, have a little wander around, take some video and some more photo, and you can see what you think. Okay, so we're out on this little walk. It's a really nice day. Now, for those of you that may or may not have seen my budget smartphone comparison, the Motorola G9 Plus came second in that to the Realme 7. Now, it wasn't any fault of the G9 Plus. It is still, to this day, a fantastic phone. The only thing that made me choose the Realme 7 over the G9 Plus was just the G9 Plus is still a little bit too big for me to use as a daily phone. 6.8 inch display, so it is on the larger side of displays. So for those of you that aren't looking for something that's too big in your hand, then this phone is probably not going to be for you. That's not to say that the display is bad, because it's definitely not. It's a really nice sharp LCD display, just less than 400 pixels per inch, so you're not going to notice any individual pixels from day-to-day use. In terms of performance, it's still great. I've got no complaints there. So, but yeah, if I show you where I am. So this is Clifton Downs. It's a really nice spot to be in. Okay, so while I'm just sat down, I'm just going to check in on the battery. I took this off charge at 9:10. It is now 10:15 and I'm at 90%. So bearing in mind that I've taken this video and all the video that you've seen before this on this phone, I've taken some photos. Also on the way here I had it connected to my car, playing music from Amazon Music, so using data. So it's not too bad, and the chances are, being outside now, it's probably on full brightness as well, so not too bad, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of the day. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about the cameras on this phone. Up front you get a 16 megapixel f2.0 lens which tops video out at 1080p. On the rear you've got a 64 megapixel f1.8 camera with quad pixel technology, so it shoots out 16 megapixel photos and it also tops out video at 4K. Then you have an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera f2.2 with a 118 degree field of view. Sorry. And then we have two 2 megapixel macro and depth sensors, both at f2.2. Okay, so I'm just testing out the 4K video on the main sensor. It's good, nice and clear, as you would expect from 4K. And it's pretty stable as well, which is quite good. And then if I just quickly test out the autofocus, which isn't bad actually, to be fair. Pretty quick. In terms of taking photos on this phone, it's really good. I did notice a maybe 2 to 4 second delay and processing time with each photo I took. For reference, I didn't notice that on my Redmi Note 10 that I have. Although oddly, it wasn't every single photo I took. So yeah, I guess it's just down to the information that the camera captures. But yeah, that wasn't a deal breaker, but can be a bit annoying. Okay, so it's only been about 40 minutes since my last battery check, but as I've taken copious amounts of photo and video, I thought I'd check in for the battery now. So 40 minutes ago I was on 90%, now I'm on 80%, so it's dropped 10% in the 40 minutes that I've been shooting some 4K video, doing a few takes because I cock it up, and then taking a load of photos with the normal lens, ultra wide and all that sort of stuff. So on a bog standard day for someone, the chances of you losing 10% in 40 minutes is unlikely, but it is probably just because of how much I've used the camera. I want to talk a little bit, just quickly, about the processor on this phone. So it comes with a Snapdragon 730G, which, don't get me wrong, is a very capable processor. It has been replaced to an extent with newer 700 series chips, namely the 732G, which is on the Poco X3 NFC. You've also got, which most of you probably know, is the 765, which is on a lot of mid-range phones these days, which is the 5G enabled, and then obviously the 750G, which is another 5G enabled chip, which has just been released recently. Okay, so a quick check in on the battery. It is now 12:38 and we're on 67%, and that's with driving around, connecting my phone up to my CarPlay music off Amazon Music, so using data, and then obviously doing the video and the photos. I'm also connected up to my earbuds, and for anyone who wants a cheap pair of earbuds, these are the M-Pal M-Dots, and they're really good. I paid £25 for them, and they've not given me any reason to want anything even more expensive. The battery's good, sound quality is really good, bit dated in the sense that it uses micro USB for charging, but other than that, it's no bother. So battery life is good. So again, if you want a cheap pair of earbuds, I'd recommend these. Okay, so I've just got back from my outing with the Motorola G9 Plus. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a bit of editing. So obviously I'm going to be taking off all the content that I took on the G9 Plus off there and onto my laptop. Obviously, while the phone is plugged into the laptop, it is inevitably going to be charging, as you know. But right now it's around 125 and we're at 64%. So far it's pretty good given the amount that I've used the phone. Okay, so I want to nip this video in the bud now, otherwise it's going to be an hour long if I record everything that I've done today. So I finished uploading everything onto my laptop. Surprisingly, it didn't take the battery down too much. It's now 3:30, couldn't think then, 3:30 and the battery is at 56%. Screen on time I will put up on the display now. So as you can see, the screen hasn't been on for that long and the battery drain has been, you know, relatively significant, but I have been taking a lot of video and a lot of photos. So on a bog standard day, dropping down by almost 50%, you're going to get much more screen on time than what I've had today, and especially if you use the battery management features on the phone as well. So if you've watched a good portion of this video, I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel for more content like this, and I'll see if I can bring you more. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.